Hello again. This is the second topic and the third episode of my podcast. And today we are going to discuss some more models. And the context is suggestions and advice. Usually we are confused with these words and how to use them, and also how to make suggestions and give advice. So that's why I wanted to discuss a little bit more. And hopefully today we are going to understand and we can make more sentences for the next lessons together. So first of all, when we think about advice, of course, the first sentence structure and first word comes to our minds is should. So we give advice to people and we say, you should do that, you shouldn't do that. So that's correct. Let's make some sentences. I'm going to give you a couple of sentences and then we are going to analyze and then we are going to compare with the other model for today and could and see the difference. So the first sentence is, it's very sunny today. You should wear a hat. So we use should like while we are giving advice basically. That's the best thing. Um, and we say there is a condition, and for this condition, you should do that. In here, it's very sunny today. You should wear a hat. It will be rainy today. You should take your umbrella. So these two sentences giving advice to somebody. And these sentences, not only one, these two sentences um, basically give a strong suggestion. It is also for a strong suggestion, or we say advice. Um, Usually the speaker, when we use should, it's focusing on the person's needs. So that's why it's very common. That's the first thing comes to our mind. And we can make hundreds and thousands sentences any day and every day. And it is mostly daily, but also you can use in formal conversations. One more sentence. You are tired. You shouldn't drive today. So you can also give advice in negative form. You shouldn't drive today or tonight. You are tired. So you see the person and you see the condition, and then you create some suggestions, and it's a strong suggestion when you say should. And of course, you also think about when I say strong suggestion, isn't it must? Um, Must is a very strong one. You know, if you use must for suggestion, it's a very strong one, and this is not today's subject. We are going to um, focus on obligations, and then we are going to come back and compare these things. Anyway, so, and the second way to make suggestions is could. So, probably this is the surprising point of this podcast. And usually we say that could is used for ability and possibility. So we discussed the possibility part in previous one, and it's used for past tense. It's, um, mostly known. However, we need to think and we need to use and understand could in different ways. So today's focus is could can be used for suggestions. Let me give you my example sentences and then we are going to analyze. I hate my phone. If I say this sentence, probably when you hear that, you say, oh, really? Well, maybe you should change it. So you can give me a suggestion. You can give me a strong suggestion with should. Or you can say, yeah, it's very old. You should change it. So that's totally all right. You can give me advice, you can give strong suggestions by using should. However, we don't always give strong suggestions or advice. Also, when we see a problem, when we hear a problem, or the problem seems like, um, you know, open to suggestions and advice, we can say, well, you could change it, or you could buy a new phone. So we use could here, and it gives, again, the suggestion meaning. So suggest a solution to a problem, actually. This is the explanation or the short way to say it. So my problem is I hate my phone. And you hear that and you can see and you can suggest a solution to my problem. You could buy a new one. You could change your phone. And another example is, for example, somebody is having trouble and maybe doing something difficult. And then you can say, oh, you could try this one. So you see a solution to the person's problem, and then you say, you could try this one. You could try another way. So you can also say, you should do that, or you should try. It's all right. It's a, suggestion. It's a strong suggestion. However, it's not the only way. So I hope until this point it's very clear. So I would like to give more example sentences for could, because we use could for suggestions a lot, and it's used usually in daily conversations. So the second example is, we could learn English in the UK next year. We could learn English in the UK next year. So this sentence is a little bit different when we consider the subject, because we give a suggestion to ourselves. So it's not the other person. So we have a problem. Maybe we don't speak English fluently, we don't feel comfortable, and the solution seems like learning English in the UK, abroad. So we can speak like, oh, I think I know the solution, and I would like to express this solution as a suggestion. And here it is. The sentence can be formed like, we could learn. So in here could also express possibility for sure. This is one of the possibilities. So when we are speaking about some suggestions for different subjects, sometimes it is like a possibility for this suggestion. Sorry, possibility for this solution, because we are basically trying to find a solution. So let me read the sentence again. We could learn English in the UK next year. With this sentence, I basically make a suggestion. And we use could for suggestions. And also, we use options, two different options while we are using it sometimes. What I mean, let me read the example sentences. For example, your friends are coming to your place, to your house, but uh, your oven is broken. So you cannot bake something, you cannot use your oven to cook. So you can say, what am I going to cook? What should I cook to yourself? Or maybe you can basically ask to another person and expect some smart ideas. And then for this situation, the problem is the oven is broken. And then the solution for this problem can be expressed like a suggestion. Like somebody can say, well, yes, your oven is broken, but you still have your kitchen and you can maybe do this, or you could do this. So the sentence can be used like, you could cook pasta. So it's a suggestion. You could cook a pasta, sorry, you could cook pasta or order hamburger, order a pizza. So there are some suggestions given, and these are expressed with could again, because there are also different options. So we focus on the different options to choose. So if you wanna give suggestions, but you don't have only one way to give it, if you wanna give two or more, let's say, suggestions to offer, you can also say, or we can also say, oh, you could do that or do that. Let's make another example sentence. For example, you have a very important meeting and you say, oh my God, tomorrow is very important and I don't know what to wear. What should I wear? And your bestie probably will give you a suggestion. And this sentence can be done like, your bestie can say, like, you could buy a new dress, you could buy a new skirt. So these are the general suggestions. So she's or he's giving some suggestions for your problem. And the way the person says to give the suggestion is, again, could. Why not should? Let's discuss this part. Why not you should buy a new dress? Because it's a strong one. And we, as I told you before, we don't say, we don't use strong suggestions, or we don't give advice every time for especially these small things. And also, if we have some options, we prefer to say could. And then probably you would say like, oh, my problem is my meeting is tomorrow, and then you may get another solution from your friend. So she or he can say, you could wear these trousers, you could wear these trousers or this skirt. So there are two options again, and the sentence is used with could. And the meaning is strong, sorry, not strong suggestion. It's a general suggestion. And the final example is about a house. For example, you live in a house, you live in an apartment. Yes, most of us are living in an apartment. So um, it seems like a small one, or maybe um, you are getting married, or you are pregnant, or your wife is pregnant, and then you will have a new person in your place, in the apartment. So we need more space, we need more room, basically. And then we can say, oh, we could buy a new house. So this is the first thing comes to our mind, and this is a solution to our problem because we need more room. And we can say to our friends, like, if you need more room, if you need more space, you could buy a new house. Why not should? Again, because it can be, by the way, we can say you should buy, but it's again a strong way to put it. It's a strong way to say it as a suggestion, but we don't want to be um, speaking like that. And then we can say, this is one solution to your problem, and this is my suggestion. This is how we say that. So basically, these are the most common sentences I can think of. I hope these are creating some more examples in your mind. And if you're not sure with these usages, with these ways, so please let me know. You know that I love questions. And if you see any of these models used in movies or in social media, and also we are going to discuss, of course, you can send these questions on my YouTube channel under this video, or you can text me, you know my number already, or you can mail me. So one more time, I'm going to repeat the whole sentences I prepared for today. The first one is, oh, it's very sunny today. You should wear a hat. In here, we are giving strong suggestions or giving advice. The second example, it will be very rainy today. You should take your umbrella. In here, we also used should and we gave advice. And the third one is, you are tired. You look tired. You shouldn't drive today. You shouldn't drive now. In here, we give another suggestion, or we make another suggestion. And this time it's a negative form, but still it's a strong one. Or let's say stronger than could. And also we talked about could when we suggest a solution to a problem. And it's used for suggestions. And when you hear some problems and if you have some ways to put these problems and turn them into a solution or offer some solutions you can use. And I say, for example, I hate my phone, I hate my device, and you said, or you can say, you could change it. You could buy a new one. In here, we can use could because it's for suggestion and it's for a problem. There's a problem. I dislike it. I dislike my phone. And also we used for we could learn English in the UK. We could learn English in the UK next year. This sentence is also basically for some suggestions because the problem is we don't know English. This is the problem. And another one, we could order hamburger. We could order hamburger or cook pasta because our oven is broken and we have guests. Someone is coming. And we have a problem and we talk about the solutions for this problem. We make suggestions with could. And there is something important, an event, a meeting important, and you ask, what should I wear? What should I wear for the meeting? And you can get some suggestions again, and your friends can say, you could buy a new dress, or a skirt, or trousers. So there are some options here. We use options, we give options, we offer options, and these are all suggestions for a problem. And the final one, we need space, we need more space, someone is pregnant and expecting a baby maybe, and then you can say, oh, she's pregnant, great. And you need more space, and if you need more space, you could buy a new house. You could buy a bigger house. So this is a solution to your problem. I hope these are all clear for you and you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening and see you for the next episode.